for any act of worship to be accepted, even your salah, there must be two conditions present. You youngsters, pay attention, yeah? Two conditions must be present for your act of worship to be accepted. Number one is Ikhlaas. You have to do the action for the sake of Allah. Now if I get up to do an action, I'm giving sadaqah, and I'm doing it because I want to show off, me from this place back home, I got this title, I gave X amount of money to look good in front of the people. That's not being sincere. And the action there is equivalent to shirk, the minor shirk, because you're doing it to please the people. So it must have sincerity, which is for Allah alone. After sincerity, the second condition for it to be accepted is it must be from the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. Otherwise, it's never accepted. If I say to you now that Allah will forgive all your sins if you give me 10 burpees, you may be sincere. Allah will forgive me my sins. Let's start doing burpees and press-ups. But it's not from the Sunnah of Muhammad ﷺ, so it's rejected. The actions within the Khatam, from the Sunnah is to recite the book of Allah, yes or no? You tell me. Is reciting the Quran from the Sunnah? Reciting the Quran. Why are we even thinking about this? Yeah, is making dua from the Sunnah? Yes. Making dua for the deceased from the Sunnah? Yes. Feeding people from the Sunnah? Yes. But when you combine those actions together for a particular event, on a particular occasion, that's when it becomes something bad. I'll give you another example of this. Maghrib is going to come in soon, next 15-20 minutes. How many rak'ah is Maghrib? 3. Yeah? The fard is 3, right? Can I add an extra rak'ah and make it 4? Everyone's shaking their head saying no. What is your reason? It's not from the Sunnah. What if I come to you now and say, but in the extra unit of prayer, there's more recitation of the Quran, good or bad? Good, right? Recitation of the Quran, good. There's more ruku, good or bad? Good. There's more sajda, good or bad? There's more dua, good or bad? There's more salawat, good or bad? But when it's combined in this manner, that clearly opposes the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, it becomes bad. Innovations are not always from the outside, like someone brings something that's completely new. Sometimes they're from within, where you take actions that are allowed, but you do them at the wrong timing, or you do it in its wrong place, and so forth. Does that make sense? So the Khatam, although intention is good, but the Prophet ﷺ never gathered the people like this. And since we're mentioning the Khatam, which is to do when someone dies, let me show you another innovation that the people have done. When someone dies, and I'm telling you this so that you can be upon the Sunnah and help the deceased family. When someone dies, I don't know about the other cultures, but in the Asian culture, the family of the deceased, they feed the people. When Jafar radiallahu anhu passed away, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said to the people, to the neighbors and the close relatives, cook for the family of Jafar, feed the family of Jafar, because they're busy with that which is distracting them. The Sunnah is what? Cook for the family who just had the loss. The last thing they're thinking about is eating and drinking. What have the people come with now? Oof, you must feed us. And when you feed them, food was cold. Too much salt. You know why they complain? Because they've already got into misguidance by opposing the Sunnah. And so if you know anyone who dies, do the Sunnah and cook for them. Even if it's a pot of rice, they will appreciate it and you'll be upon the Sunnah. I hope that answers the question.